Okay, so Olong and I were talking. Bella and I, Bella and Rich were doing the raid sheet yesterday, making some of those edits. But then Olong sent me this video. I don't need audio for it. Um, so we're seeing. I'm just showing this for reference, and I'll kind of explain what's going on. But we're seeing for this first set of web bombs, you see in the back there. Those three people didn't come out to range to do it. They just all stacked, put it in one nice little puddle, and then they gated out, so they never even took the damage from it. Which I mean, I know there's no damage during this phase, but kind of nice. Like not even having to worry about it at all. But what's weird is after they do that, um, they decide to do this dance and ranged thing. So, like originally, the logic was that you wanted these three ranged people, with the extra three ranged people with those web bombs to be out in the middle of nowhere, because web bombs would drop an extra orb, an extra one to suck, pretty much. And then on top of that, you have the acid rain ones, so you'd be getting double orbs, and you didn't want any chance of someone eating too many before, which was more of a worry because more orbs and less resistance to it, like less amount you could totally eat. So that's why you'd have the people dancing out here. You knew every time that at least like these three blue guys would be eating two red orbs, and no one was accidentally eating a third or a fourth with like the way that they're stacked. Uh, but that's not the case anymore. So when I was looking at it, we were thinking at first, why wouldn't you just stack them here, do that gate thing, but you don't have to go to mid anymore. Like you could just have them just gate back into the group right after or wherever, could say safety. Doesn't really matter the exact gate location, more just to the gate would be solely just to avoid the damage of it so that they can nicely stack. Reason you would want them nicely stacked is because the puddle will persist. So if they were like completely spread like that, you'd have these three puddles that I don't think go away until maybe intermission, if that. I could look at the video to see when they go away. I'll find that out. But yeah, so they have these three stacked right here. They just gateway, and then they're done. And then now because of this, Yam, Gog, and Olong don't have to be out doing a dance. They could just hang out with their group. Only change would be, after this, these guys would pour, bam, bam, bam. Acid Rain would come out. They drop their puddles. I mean, they drop their balls. There would just be three more balls in like the group for people to eat. So, you know, but it shouldn't make a difference. You can eat four, so you'd have to really be going out of your way to guzzle balls to like get to that limit of to get to the five that would kill you, and they should still be somewhat spread out. So that's what you're thinking, and then it completely negates this whole range dance thing that people are doing. Like everyone ends up doing the same thing, but not only that, but because it negates the range dance, because you'd in theory be getting rid of this completely. Um, you'd have these guys here. Um, you'd have these guys here. Another partial reason that they were doing this is because a chance to bait the frontal with the ranged people who are out, but it's really not the biggest deal because it's not like a guaranteed target on those people anyways. So it's like 50% of the time you might be baiting the frontal, other times you might not. So like it's still a mechanic you're gonna have to deal with. Like you still need to prep for the proper frontal bait in over here, which is I think is fine at least from my understanding of the fight thus far. Uh, so you wouldn't be doing this because there would just be orbs like over here that people would be eating, and then these guys' orbs would just be here that people would then eat after. So it would be wrong side. Not wrong side. I already moved them, so that would be fine. Um, you'd have everyone already nice and tidy going to the charge, and this is where it starts to make a big difference. Um, because you'd get the charge, everyone would rotate all together. There's no awkward people in mid. All of red team will now be on top. All of blue team will not be on bottom. Um, Again, oh, sorry, getting ahead of myself, but that's after the acid rain. This is just placement slide. So instead of having, again, people out here, placing it out here, you would just have them all together in here because there's no reason to have anyone in mid anymore. Don't need to do the dance. You can just eat four orbs. Of course, you still need a soft spread. And then after acid rain move, now this is what a big deal happens. You have all of red team together, all of blue team together, like I was saying. But um, that means, as we're thinking about this order of, if tack goes bottom, blue goes bottom, if tack goes top, blue's on top. But if tack moves here, then blue moves first because red team is going to have people in the middle of the map. Well, they would have been like even more in an awkward position because they're starting off like this, like they're really like in the middle of the map. And because of that reason, like if they were still doing this dance, uh, you would need blue team to be careful if they were coming here first, because they'd have to like kind of move between where red team is and where these three red were. But if they're not in middle anymore, if they're with their group, that runway's clear. So we can simplify the rule so it never changes, no matter where the boss goes, and just say blue team always moves first, or red team always moves first, and it won't matter. Because no matter what, no one is going to be in the way of anything. I mean, you still want the pathing to be smart. You can make the rule that blue always kind of takes a straight line through mid. So blue either goes from here to here, or here to here, where red, I've been joking, calling them reg, red moves along the edge. So they would go like this, or they would go like this. Sorry, I flipped them too far on the bottom example here. They would just go like this. But yeah, that's our mindset. We literally cannot think of any reason why any group needs those three people baiting out far at this point. Like orbs aren't a big deal. It's easy. It literally doesn't matter. But yeah, just talking it through.